All right, so if you buy the Frankfurt Arsenal kit, you get the this thing over here. You get the tumbler. You get this doodad, which you put all the brass in there after it's clean, and you spin it in the bucket. And then, if you can see down there, all of the steel pins fall out, and then you have left with just nice and clean brass. So the next step is I want to remove all the 223s and separate those from the 300 blackouts. Now 300 blackouts made from the same case as a 223. You're just cutting it down to 35 millimeters instead of however long 223 is. So most of these I've actually made. A lot of them today I picked up from the range. So after we get done separating these from the other ones, then we're going to continue with our processing the brass. Okay, so now I have the brass sorted by caliber. I've got all the 300 blackout in one bucket, and I've got the 223 and 556 or whatever it is, we don't know yet, in another bucket. Now, I do one of two things. Either I'll go ahead and process all of this brass and then I'll sort it out by head stamp, or I'll go ahead and sort it out by head stamp and then I'll process the brass. At this point, either one, it doesn't really matter because everything's going to essentially be cut to the same dimensions. But I shoot 300 blackout in an AR and a bolt rifle, bolt action. So what I like to do is I'll sort it by head stamp, and then I use, for example, so this one on the right is 223. So this was cut down from 223 to make a 300 blackout. So I would use that in my AR, where the LC, I just like the LC. I use that in my bolt action. So what I'll do is all the LCs I will put in one case, and then anything else, if I'm using it in my AR, I don't really care about the accuracy so much, because most of the time in my AR, I'm shooting fairly close, typically not more than 100 yards when it comes to 300 blackout. So I'll sort it out by that. And then anything that I'm using in my bolt action is going to be considered precision. So depending on how much I do or don't do, I'll be sorting the brass by LC, goes for bolt action, and everything else will be for the AR, because the AR-15s are hard on brass. And so I'll do a little bit less work for brass going into my AR than I'm doing for my bolt action. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to sort these out by LC and then everything else, and then I'll have a batch to work with. I'll have a batch for precision, and then I'll have a batch for ARs. Alright, so I've went ahead and sorted everything out. So everything in this box is sorted by head stamp. As you can see, it's all LC NATO brass. Oh, missed that one that's not there. Oh, there's a couple that's not. So you can see all of them are LC. So that's going to give me a little bit more consistency from round to round and then from batch to batch. So that's really the minimum that I do. As far as 300 blackout, it's not long range precision. It's barely precision. So that's really as far as I go. I'll go ahead and size all the cases, trim them to length, and then load them. But as far as sorting cases, that's about as far as I go for 300 blackout. Now when it comes to longer range precision, as in 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor, I will go a little bit further as far as even in buying cases, because I want the ultimate in precision. If I'm picking up brass, what I'll try to do, a lot of these cases, especially if it's LC NATO, it has the year stamped on it, like that one says 08. I'll go ahead and sort them all out by that year as well, in hopes that it'd be just a little bit better.